Hi Trey, how you doing? All right, thank you for including your work. Let's go ahead and jump over to the presentation, which is right here. Aaron McBride, really great choice. Um, yeah, this is really interesting. He is really a dynamic individual that is just mega talented. Like stuff that you know normal designers like myself look at him and just I'm just blown away at the talent of this individual. So I think this is a really good choice. Okay, so I want to make a recommendation here, and it looks like you've got your these are called printer spreads and not reader spreads. Reader spreads would be page 2 and 3, would be your actual spreads that the viewer would see. What you've done here is it looks like you've sketched out your mock-up and then you've taken that apart. And so page 2 is page with page 11, page 3 and page 10, et cetera, et cetera. So it looks like you understand page and position, which is fantastic, but I'll do a quick demonstration with my mock-up just so that you're on the same page. But it looks like you understand it based on this. Now, typically in presentation format, we don't present printer spreads, we present viewer spreads. So you would show a sketch of the front cover. Then you would show page 2 with page 3 so we can actually see the spreads so we can determine the effectiveness of the design. Another thing I want to mention is this assignment requires the submission and presentation of your possible color choices as well as your the typeface choices that you're considering. So keep that in mind. Okay, so that said, I think that a lot of things like, okay, so the closure page here, I'm not real sure. All it says is closure. And I just want to give you a tip in design. You want to make your sketches as realistic as possible. So if you were to, let's say hypothetically, you were to take this sketch in a studio setting, this set of sketches to an art director and say, okay, this is my planned layout for the project. And the first thing that the art director would say is, well, you're just showing what's going on this page. Show me how it's going to be laid out. And that's really super important. It's very relevant as a designer. The sketch stage typically is going to yield a very high accurate depiction of what the final page would look like. And it's a great tool for art directors, creative directors, and collaborating with other designers, provided that it's done very accurately. So again, this page, you just wouldn't leave what the subject is of the page. You would actually lay the page out and give your ideas therein, quite like you've done on the other pages. So one thing I do want to mention, it looks like you've got a lot of interesting stuff here, right? It looks like you're laid out pretty nicely. Bio references, bio page. Trying to find page 3. Where's page 3? There's page 3. So you'd have your bio with your concept work. So that's good. Everything's looking pretty good here. I get to this page and I'm a little concerned that this is page 6 and 7. So this would be the most well-known projects, the centerfold of the book. But don't just place images. You really want to give some type in there. After all, this is a type and layout class. So you want to include as much typography and as much typographic technique as possible, reflecting what we've learned since way back in week 1 in the class, right? So really think about how you're going to apply typography, hierarchy, basic rules of composition as they relate to I should say basic rules of typography as it relates to composition, in conjunction with basic rules of composition, which we've been studying since week 1 as well, too. So so keep all that in mind. I think this is interesting that you have a storyboard here and then some of the digital artwork, which really shows the versatility of your chosen subject. Okay, so again, those are my recommendations. Now, I want to show you a quick demonstration of this mock-up here. And of course, you want to definitely take a look at Welcome to Week 7 and how to set up your booklet final project. These are critical videos and announcements, so be sure. Now, in summary, basically, and I think this might be review for you because I think that you are showing an understanding based on on your sketches, but imposition is how the sketches work out together. And as I was saying, it looks like you understand page imposition, but just as review, you got your mock-up, you got your 3 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper, which you fold in half. Okay, lengthwise, fold them in half this way, turn it sideways. That's your booklet right there. Mark your front page, your back page. That's page 1 and 12, respectively, as you're showing here. And then, of course, your sketches would be page 2 and 3. That's how you would present your sketches. Okay, so that the viewer knows exactly what's spread with what. But then my recommendation is to take this booklet apart. So when you mark the pages, so front and back cover, then 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, mark the pages respectively, then take it apart and see what pages are spread with what pages. Now note that those are called printer spreads. So 2 and 11 is a printer spread, but 2 and 3 is a viewer spread. That's how they're going to be seen by the viewer. Okay, make sense? All right, great job. Thank you very much. I'll tell you what, man, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if I can provide any clarifications, please let me know and I'll be glad to do so. But this is a great start. Looking forward to, oh, don't forget, now, we've got to have your typeface choices as well as your color choices as well. Okay, so if you have any questions at all, let me know. I'll be glad to address anything that comes up. All right, great job. Thanks, Trey.